Yes. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
Hey
All right.
everybody.
What's
Oh
going
no,
on?
you're gonna start?
No, no, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Hey everybody, this is Andrea Mueller here at Prime. We're going live on our Facebook page and on YouTube, so we'll try to catch as many.
Hello,
Nikki,
Nikki.
Andrea, the one and only. All right, so we're going to talk about a couple of things first. First thing we're going to talk about is Prime has raised the set per mile for the company drivers to.
2 cents per mile across the board.
So we were at 42 lightweights. Now we're at 44 lightweights and 49 no wait,
Yep.
49
49 cents per mile for
lightweights.
Yeah, in the reefer division.
and 44 for the condos. And we want to talk about the. All right.
It went up to 46 cents in flatbed plus your tarp pay, and then 51 cents a mile in tanker. And then also, that means the team driver rates went up as well. So
And
We are not on the same page.
we had it planned out, but I guess.
Too much. This is why you gotta wing it. We can't have notes.
Okay. I was trying to be, good and jot down some things and talk
Too
about certain things. Yeah, try to be organized, but apparently I can't be organized with them, Nikki, Andrea. So, all right. So I guess we're gonna go straight into the questions. Facebook over here and YouTube over here. First things first, we need trainers. We need good trainers out there. Everybody that wants to train, come out here and do it for the right reasons. That's all I'm gonna say to that. And let me get with the questions. Let me see. What do you offer in Jacksonville, Florida?
we hire for refrigerated and flatbed out of Jacksonville.
And everything would be over the road out of there. So you'd be out 3 to 4 weeks at a time.
Can we talk a little bit more about Illinois? Let me talk about that real quick. That's something that I really want to talk about. The Illinois. People coming in from Illinois, it's a different process when they come in because they have to come in with their permit and go back. And how does that work?
Nikki, have you had anybody from Illinois?
Yeah, quite a few. I don't really know a whole lot about how it works once they get with the trainer, but from what I'm told, on my end, they come in with their permit, their tanker endorsement. They have to be correctly medically certified with their permit and everything. They come here, they go through orientation, then they go out with their trainer for 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how much time they need, and then they'll go back with their trainer and take their road test.
So that's just for Illinois. If you're coming to the Springfield, Missouri orientation, you have to have your permit. Yeah, when you come in.
There's a question on Facebook. It says, how much time are you on the road before going home?
So you answer that. You're a trainer.
Well, I would say 6 to 8 weeks. It all depends. If you get a trainer that lives close to your house or close to you, then you have a possibility of going home earlier than that. If not, then it'll be, you want to say 6 to 8 weeks before you go home. It's about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for your PSD part. Come back, test out, and then come back and do. Me as a trainer, I do 4 or 5 weeks on the road, TNT, and then go home, and then get back at it. But every trainer is different, so it's hard to say. But you want to say 6 to 8 weeks before you go home, because you have 30 days from the time you get your CDL to transfer it to your home state by law. So, and anybody that's coming to upgrade, you want to make sure that you transfer your CDL to your home state before you upgrade.
Yes.
So they will not let you upgrade before you transfer your CDL to your home state. Yeah. Let me see. So I'm gonna read the questions as I go. If I haven't answered your question, or we haven't answered your question, go ahead and repeat it until we get to it. On YouTube, it says, if you fail a permit test, do they send you home?
Yeah, in orientation, you do get like 6 chances to pass it. So you go down, there's 4 portions of the permit you have to take. If you go down on a Tuesday and you only pass 2 portions of those, go back Wednesday and Thursday to try to pass the other portions. If you make it to Friday and you're unable to pass any of those portions of the permit test, unfortunately, we would have to part ways with you until you could get your CDL at that time.
So you have 6 tries. I mean,
it's 2 chances a day.
Yeah.
You have to come prepared. You can't come in over here thinking you're gonna wing it. No. We're winging it now, but you can't wing it.
Don't wing it at life.
Yes, no. There's
a ton of resources. CDL Prep is really popular. That's a free app.
Chris CDL is another one that
DMV Genie.
Yeah. There's a lot of apps out there. So we got a question on Facebook.
Kevin Hughes is saying I'm slacking. When are you going to post that thing? I actually posted the link yesterday, but you probably didn't see it because Facebook doesn't show any of our stuff. So go back. We're doing the truck convoy for Special Olympics at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
So if any drivers are interested in that, it's on the Prime Facebook page. There's a link to sign up, or you can email me at amueller@primeinc.com.
All right. Question on YouTube. Do you hire unexperienced drivers with a CDL?
Yes, we do. And you have to do training either way. If you graduated within the last 45 to 90 days, then you most likely would just do 40,000 team training miles. If it's been longer than that, you'll have to go through our CDL training program.
Okay, so Facebook. Chapeling says, if you come to Prime with a CDL, do you still get sleep appointment, apnea?
Sleep appointment? I don't...
Hey, Chapeling, come on, man.
We're not sure what you're asking there. If you have sleep apnea already, that is something we get asked about a lot. You have to have 30 days of compliance on a CPAP machine.
That's good.
If you have any questions, your recruiter can make sure that you're compliant.
That's a good info. So if you have sleep apnea already and you want to come in, make sure you have 30 days compliance before you arrive. So, okay, so it's sleep app test.
Yeah.
All right, so let me get on
Not
it.
everybody has to have a sleep apnea test. It's just if you show certain medical qualifications for it, they'll send you for one, and your recruiter can tell you how that process works.
All right, there's a question over here that says, if you have a misdemeanor battery, does that stop you from coming to Prime? Bless you.
Not necessarily. If you have any kind of crim, just give us a call. Recruiting, we're happy to walk through that with you. And
Case to case, yeah.
Yeah, case by case basis. It just depends on when it was completed, what the details were. So give us a call. It can't hurt to apply. It doesn't cost anything. Worst case scenario is we can say, hey, we can't help you right now, but we can help you, at this date.
The same with the felons. There's a question. The same with the felons. Case by case, fill out the application. They'll work with you and tell you where you're at and stuff. Do you hire drivers with high blood sugar?
There are medical qualifications that the DOT sets for that. So if you just Google it, you will be. How did you get $5?
They're asking. I don't know.
We'll take $6 for a cup of coffee. But if you have any concerns over medical qualifications, you can ask your recruiter to connect you with Trinity, which is the office that does the physicals here in Springfield. And then they can connect you to resources. Just because you have certain things doesn't mean it's necessarily a disqualifier, but we're not medical professionals, so we can't really tell you yes or no.
Yeah. All right, so Tony Smith, I got a super chat for $4.99. Appreciate that. Is Prime facing out all manual trucks? Yes.
Yes.
We are.
It's right now, it's about 80-ish.
We don't know the exact percent, but it's a lot of them are autos.
Yeah.
Already.
So, all right. So, Facebook, there's a question over here that said, I left Prime in the middle of my team driving miles in December 17 due to family issues. Is it hard to come back?
To Prime. No, Corey, if you're interested, just call recruiting or go ahead and just start a new application. You do have to go through the application process, and it's pretty painless. If you've been gone more than 30 days, you have to reapply. If you've been gone less than 30 days, give us a call immediately so we can get you started. You don't have to do orientation. You start back within 30 days after leaving, which we have happened a lot.
Now, there's a question over here that says, if I'm coming to Prime and going flatbed, will I do TNT with flatbed? Yes. You most definitely do TNT with a flatbed if you want to, actually. Sometimes we're so short-handed trainers that you'll do PSD with a reefer driver trainer, but the TNT you definitely want to get done with a flatbed trainer if you're doing flatbed.
Christina Sharp said she just had her sleep study. She's my recruit. So, and I think you referred her.
Okay,
right?
okay. Christina?
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
She's local here.
Oh, okay.
Here's a question on our.
Wait, what was her question?
Oh, she was just saying she passed her sleep.
Oh, okay. That's good.
See what John's question was.
John. Oh gosh, be careful. We've got a really shady setup here.
Yeah. Let me just scoot mine over. Yeah.
Okay. John said, "Are you hiring intermodal drivers in the areas near Harrisburg, PA, Chicago, Illinois, and Southern California?" We are, John. John works in our intermodal division. So
okay, so
he's
can
plugging.
we talk a little bit more about that?
John, come down here to the courtyard. We're in the patio area.
And let's talk a little bit more about the intermodal. I see you got intermodal in SoCal. What is that about? How is that working?
Well, if John would come down to the patio.
No, you. John, I don't know where John is. We want
He's
you.
upstairs. He needs to just come down here.
Who is John?
He works in the intermodal division.
Okay, yeah, John, come down here, please. John, we need you.
Pause that question.
Yes, John, Big John is going to come down here and answer that question. So, go back to YouTube. James Coffin. So what do I do if I get rejected on my application? How many days do they have before they can reapply? That's something I asked.
Well, it really depends on what their application is rejected for. If it's a felony, misdemeanor, we will tell them when they are eligible to reapply. If it's motor vehicle record, we'll tell them when they're eligible to reapply. And that would be a question for their recruiter.
Yeah, sometimes you can get disqualified if you have like a pending ticket or something, but if it's like a speeding ticket, you get paid off, you wouldn't even need to reapply necessarily if it's something like that.
Would a parking ticket affect the hiring process?
It could if it's not
pending.
paid off. Yeah, because we don't want it to not be paid and then your license to get suspended or.
Ooh, I gotta pay.
You better pay your ticket.
So, another question on let me see, Kevin Hughes. Dedicated lane now from Texas. John Roberts on Facebook. Let me see on YouTube question. How long before I can have my wife as a passenger if it all goes well?
That's a good question. As soon as you get into your own truck as a solo driver, you can have a passenger on your truck. You just let your fleet manager know, and they'll get you a free passenger permit. Just lets us know what their name is, how old they are, in case something happens.
Is there an age restriction to that?
Yeah, if you're a company driver, it's over the age of 12. And lease, there's no age requirement, but if they're under the age of 12, they want another adult on the truck to help out.
Oh, okay. So, okay, good. All right. So, question: Mark Dominguez on Facebook. How hard is it to get back to Prime if you got off the truck in a different location?
I don't know. Facebook won't let me see.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, see, it's messed up. Tried that yesterday.
Hey,
Sorry,
there's
Mark.
John.
We can't see your
All right. So
question.
we got John here from Intermoto. He's gonna help
Come
us
on, Dad.
with some of these.
You got
Maybe
my
explain a
seat.
little bit more about the different Intermotors that we have or they have here at Prime. This
All
is
right.
John with Intermoto. So explain a little bit about that, man. The different areas as far as Chicago, SoCal, and so on.
All right, no problem at all. So right now we're looking to hire more drivers around the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Illinois, Southern California areas, specifically where we operate out of. The ramp is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We go probably a 100-mile radius around there. We do go down into Aberdeen, Jessup, but do a lot of Hazleton, Brainingsville, Allentown, Bethlehem areas. So any of those areas would really work for where we're looking to hire drivers at. Chicago, we do Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. So that's a bigger region. We can work with drivers that maybe live out a little bit further away from Chicago area, as far as getting through the house more frequently, things like that. And then Southern California, we work out of San Bernardino and Los Angeles, Fontana. So
Okay. What about Florida? You have Florida.
we do have drivers in Florida. We are full in Florida right now, but that is out of the Jacksonville ramp.
Right,
So,
right. And now, how does the pay go as far as that goes? Is it only company drivers, only lease drivers, or both?
There's a mixture of both, and really, just for sake of time purposes, the best thing to do is give me a call to explain that.
Okay.
Because it is different than over the road, because we're doing short moves. So obviously, drivers don't want to be paid a percentage of a load if it's going from Jacksonville to Jacksonville
Right.
by the mile. So we pay differently. But please give me a call. My direct line is 417-521-3977.
And
Okay.
if you guys don't get that number, you can always call into recruiting, and we can get you over to John too.
Yeah, Nikki. Call Nikki. 417-521-3598. Nikki Yost. And how soon can one get onto the Intermodal?
I mean, really immediately. I mean, there's
Soon as
really-
they get their own truck, or?
Yes, as soon as they get their own truck. We have about an hour's worth of training that we go through here that's rail specific. A lot of what we do as far as the Qualcomm, the macros, the dealing with road assist, claims, log department, identical with over the road.
Right.
Just talking to new people basically. So once they've gone through their upgrade, there's not a big learning curve on that aspect of it. There's just some getting in and out of the rail, damage, to equipment at the rail, things like that we discuss.
Okay. So as long as there's an opening in the area, they're good.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So again, this is John. Give him your number again.
All right, my number is 417-521-3977, and that's my direct line.
Okay. So it's John with Intermodal, guys. So if you're looking at doing that, hey, that's an option. And what's one of the reasons that people do Intermodal? The one reason that
There's a number of reasons. If you live in the area, you're able to get through the house more frequently. You know, you're going to a lot of the same customers. A lot of folks like to build a rapport, you know, going in and out of the same locations, talking to the same people on a daily basis, just kind of having a routine that they're more familiar and comfortable with. So if you live in the areas, it's a really good opportunity to get through the house more frequently.
Okay, so that's, hey, you know, again, that's a very good reason. You go by the house a lot more and see the family and kids and whatnot. That's good. That's good. So again, guys, John, get with him. You know, reach out to him. And again, this is as soon as you get upgraded to your own truck, you can go intermodal as long as there's an opening in the area. You're good. Florida's booked, so I'm from Florida, so.
Oh.
So what about Tucson, Arizona? I seen somebody say something. Anything on that
We don't have anything in Arizona right now.
as far as intermodal?
Right.
Okay.
Even if we don't have anything in your area immediately, I can take down your information. If we do, you know, add new customers, add more freight, more business, then that's something that we can look at. So.
Yeah. Nicholas Davis, as far as intermodal, there's nothing there, but in the refrigerated, there is. What about flatbed in Tucson, Arizona?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Arizona's
Yep.
a great freight area for flatbed.
Okay, good. And what about intermodal in Salt Lake City, Denver?
We do have intermodal in Salt Lake City. That is also full, but if you can give me a call, I can take your information down. Basically, if we have more drivers in an area than what we currently have a need for, we have a waiting list, and I just go through the list, and as we have positions come available, we will be adding more equipment first quarter of 2019, which will mean more freight, which will mean potential to have more drivers, so that's coming up pretty quickly.
That's a good question. Another good question. What kind of equipment are they going to be driving?
Primarily, you're going to be looking at a lightweight. Is ideal. It's not required. So we do have full-size trucks out there running right now. The only day cabs we have running right now, we have a couple of flat deck drivers in Southern Cal, Chicago, and New Jersey. Right now, we don't have any refrigerated drivers in day cabs, but that's something that we could, you know, are probably going to look at going to down the road.
So the more people want to get into it, the more opportunity is to get new customers and stuff. So that's a good thing.
Correct.
That's a good thing. So John, intermodal, hit them up, guys. If you're about to upgrade or get your truck, you know, upgrade to get your own truck, and you want to do this or try this, you know, give John a call.
Absolutely.
Yep. Give that number one more time, John.
All right. It's 417-521-3977.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yep.
All right, so let's get Nikki in here again.
Nikki.
Andrea. Sorry, guys.
Rude.
All right, so there's a question on here that says Las Vegas, Nevada. Do they hire out of there?
No,
Right.
but we will party in Las Vegas. No, we do. We have regional flatbed. and
No
Las-
refrigerated.
We do, but it's only for lease. There's not a strong customer base in Las Vegas, so it's hard to keep drivers. It's hard to get drivers through there.
All right, so let's go to
Here's another question. Let's see. Accepted into Prime. Alfonso, I'm coming from California. They want me to go to Utah. Why is my recruiter saying to get my permit before I go?
it's a good question.
That is how it works in Salt Lake City. Your recruiter's correct. You do have to have your permit and your DOT physical before you come to orientation in Salt Lake City.
Oh, the DOT physical as well?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. Because
And
California requires you to have your physical before you can pick up your permit.
and it's because once you pass, you have to go back to your home state and give them the test scores to get your CDL from California directly.
Right.
Yeah. So if
So-
you're coming into Missouri, it's a different process. So they are telling you correct out there.
Facebook, Michael Hawkins. Are you guys hiring out of Portland, Oregon, and Seattle?
Yes.
We do. Yeah, we have. I think Michael works for us, right, Michael? We have intermodal if that's what you're looking for. We have refrigerated flatbed, and then there are intermodal options.
What about this? I heard a buddy of mine, he's doing some flower run thing up in Seattle.
They do have a floral division. There are small
Okay.
part, but it's like the dedicated runs that you hear about sometimes that Prime drivers have. They give them to current drivers before they open them up to us.
All right. So YouTube says, if I get my CDL permit, how soon can I get started at Prime? I'm from Illinois.
So right now, the soonest class is the 24th.
The 24th, yeah.
Just
Takes
put-
about 48 hours to get an application approved, and then we can get you scheduled for the next orientation. Right now, we're about a week out.
So just fill out the application. If everything goes well, you know, Nikki will give you a call and tell you, hey, you're good. get you a bus ticket, come on in.
We try to get you in the next week, but right now we've had really popular classes or big classes. So we're trying to make sure that we have enough trainers, trucks, everything lined out. So the next class is the 24th.
So Facebook, Tony Meg says, hey y'all, what's the hiring situation look like for Florida residents? That's a good one. So,
You're from Florida.
well, they don't hire out of South Florida unless you're coming in as a team driver. If you're teaming up with somebody, then you can get hired out of South Florida. But if you in Florida, you can get hired from Interstate 4 and above.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah,
I-4 and above.
Like Okeechobee,
Yeah.
go to the bottom of the lake, draw a line across, higher above that.
Yes.
And you can do refrigerated or flatbed, like I said, OTR.
Okay, yep. All right, so Jerry Torres says, saludos desde Bronx, New York. ¿De qué parte? Okay. Let me see.
I'm trying to look at the comments on my phone because I can't read them from here.
Yeah. You guys hiring in Yuma, Arizona?
Yeah, we do. We hire for flatbed
there's-
and refrigerated.
It's Christina.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can't hear that.
Matthew Moots. Yeah, that's who I was talking about, Matthew. I was talking about you.
Oh, yeah. Dedicated on there.
Hire out of Kansas, yes, right?
Yep, Kansas you can do refrigerated or flatbed.
Facebook, Jose Alvarado says, I just got my CDL license. What sure I can do to
To apply for Prime. If you just got your CDL, fill out an application, make sure you give us a call right away. 'Cause I think we're on like week 6 of like getting over 1,000 applications a week, which is great. We
But-
don't receive that many, but give us a call. Don't wait for Prime to call you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like anything. I
Go to
always
driveforprime.com and fill out the application.
driver code Maturo, Nikki Yost as a recruiter. And if everything's work out, then the recruiter will call you. If you don't hear nothing, give them a call back like 24 hours afterwards. Let me see. You're getting so many applications because JuniorHonduras is such a cool
That
group.
is true. We're getting so many apps because Junior
No,
is
no,
so
no,
amazing.
no, no.
No, our drivers are doing very well. The company just raised rates. I mean, we've got a lot of good things going on. We do have Junior making awesome videos. There's a lot of reasons to come to Prime right now.
Doug Williams says, didn't hear your answer. Sorry, but how long would I have to train with 1 year local flatbed?
If you are a local driver with your CDL, typically they'll make you do 15,000 training miles OTR before they'll put you in your truck.
Flatbed and reefer?
No, just flatbed. Well, yeah. Any division. Yeah, if you're coming from just a local
Position. It'll be 15.
Because a local
split
position, you can
between
just be
you and
running
the
like the
trainer.
same highway back and forth, not much variables. So they want to make sure you're confident in different states and scenarios.
I get this question a lot. Do you need a high school diploma?
No, you do not.
No,
This-
no GED, no high school diploma required.
All right, Facebook. What do you? Isaac says I chose Prime because of his YouTube videos. I even put his driver code on my application so he can get. We can't see the Facebook, the rest because Andrea's phone is.
No, here's what happened is they just released new phones and I swear everything is falling apart on my phone. It's not working.
I appreciate that, Isaac. Thank you very much, man. Timothy Gordon says, what are the truck equipment requirements for owner operators, retired military with experience on OD, hazmat, van, flat, step run?
What?
What?
I get distracted. That was
Okay,
a lot. What
Timothy
truck
Gordon.
equipment- Oh, okay. If you want to come in with a truck, it has to be a 2016 model or newer,
Yes.
and it has to have roll stability and something
If you
else.
call in, we can get you down to
Yeah.
the correct department. She can go over all the specifications that you need on the trucks, but they do have to be 2016 or newer.
All right, so Facebook, yeah. Chester says, I received my CDL from Prime and quit and went local for family reasons. I will have 1 year in October. That's good. It doesn't always work for everybody. To each your own, you know what I mean?
We're not sure what the rest of your comment said, so if there's a second part there of a question, let us know.
Yeah.
It's not
Andrea-
letting us see long
Oh, he
comments.
said, well, I have to have 1 year in October. Would I have to go back through training?
Oh, okay. Not necessarily. It just depends. Just fill out an application and then give us a call as soon as you fill it out so we can see.
Put Nikki down as a recruiter.
We may have cut out there, but just apply. We can let you know exactly what you have to do. You may have to do 15,000 training miles, but it depends how many states you ran.
Timothy, the number to call is 417-521-3598. That's Nikki's number. Then she'll direct you to the right department to get the specifications for coming in with
Right.
a truck. Big AVE says, if you get your CDL through Prime, how much is taken out of your check to pay it back, and how long is the contract?
That's a good question. We get that a lot because I guess there's companies that do take it out of your pay, but we do not take out anything. As long as you drive for us for a year with your CDL, you don't pay anything back to Prime for your program. If you leave before the year's up, it's $4,475,
Yep.
right?
$44.75.
And you pay $100 entry fee to start, and then whatever your permit costs are is
So-
the only thing you have to cover.
365 days.
Yes, from when you get your CDL.
So what if somebody leaves at 364 days?
They gotta pay.
$44.75.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just clearing that up. I'm just clearing it up.
Rules, man.
I'm
I
just
don't know
clearing it
if
up
that's-
because I don't want somebody to come in and say, "Oh, well, it's prorated." They changed
They
it.
used to prorate it, yeah.
Yeah,
but
they
don't.
did. I think if it's like 1 day shy, you could probably call in and we could get you to the right department. But I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't know, Nikki. Rules are rules, Nikki.
Rules are rules.
Come on.
How does the lease purchase program work at Prime? Well, I believe that you have to do 3 months of successfully lease a truck before you can purchase a truck, and then it's $14,000 down, and
For the lease purchase.
Yes, for the lease purchase.
Then we have a lease that's no money down, no credit check, and you can walk away at any time. That's obviously the walk away lease. But
That's
those
what you
guys,
do, right?
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
an ace lease?
Yeah.
Michael Hawkins. There must be a different Mike Hawkins that work here, so ignore my comment. You're not the one. He left in 2007. Give us a call, and you can give me a call. My name's Andrea Mueller. My phone number is 417-521-3818, and we can take another look. He said he was declined. So he's already applied.
Okay. Yeah. Call her, yeah.
If there's any questions, we're always happy to look over it again. Sometimes we do miss stuff just because we get so many applications. It's easy to look over there.
So on YouTube, Pee Wee is asking, why don't they hire out of Fort Lauderdale? They want a reason.
Because no, we don't have enough freight there. We don't get enough freight to South Florida to keep those drivers, getting them home
Yes.
often enough. Our
Right.
goal for anywhere in our hiring areas is to get drivers home every 3 to 4 weeks at a time.
If you don't get home properly, if you don't get home when you want to be home, you're gonna think Prime is
You're
the
not
worst
gonna be
company.
happy.
Yeah, you're not gonna be
Yeah.
happy. So
And trust
They-
us, we wish we could because we have every week we probably get like 100
Thank you, Antonio.
applications from South Florida.
Joseph McCoy on Facebook says, will I have to be with a trainer after I get my CDL from a driving, and then
School, I think.
from a driving school and then come to Prime?
Yes,
Well,
if you're saying you're coming from a school, we do make you go through our training program because we want to make sure you know how to run Prime's network, follow our rules, use our app, use a Qualcomm, all that good stuff.
and you have 45 days to apply from the day you graduate.
Yes.
Anything after that what will happen?
If it's 45 to 90 days from graduation from a CDL school, you will go through an eval when you come to orientation to see if you can go right into training or if you have to go through the entire PSD program.
All right, so Sean Travels. Guys, repeat the question. If I don't read it on YouTube, repeat the questions because I'm reading the last question that I see on there. It says, let me see. Hey, Junior, I'm waiting to move over to Prime with the walk-away lease. How long is the process? I have already my experience and everything already.
You can come right in and do that. You just fill out the application. As long as you meet our qualifications to work for us, you should be able to come in and start leasing right away.
One more question that people may have is, how long do they have to have before they can come in, no training with a CDL?
6 months of
6
over-the-road experience.
Verifiable experience.
Yes.
At least 5 states or more.
So what if I come in with my CDL and I tell you that I used to drive for my brother, OTR?
As long
It
as
has
it's
to
a
be
DOT verifiable company, we have to have it in writing with the DOT number and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, US
Hey,
DOT.
I asked. Do you hire out of Louisiana? Yes.
Yes. Flatbed and refrigerated. We also have a flatbed regional out of Louisiana too.
Twin truckers. Sorry. Team pay. Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, team drivers for refrigerated it starts out at 52 cents a mile, flatbeds 50, tankers 53, and then for the miles you drive over 3,000 in a week, you would get an extra 22 cents per mile. split.
Okay.
So that's for 2 A seats coming in. You would split that. If a lot of people will do a lease driver and a company driver on most of our lease teams that we see, because you can make more money that way. But we can break it down if you call recruiting on what your
Can
options
you
are.
read that question Doug Williams put up? Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah,
for-
it's if you have one
Doug Williams.
preventable and a parking lot, no DOT or citation, but on my deck, would I be able to be hired? More than likely, we're going to look at the last 3 years of your driving record, and as long as you meet the qualifications, you should be fine. That doesn't sound like anything that would be be a deal
Yeah,
breaker.
just need more information. Best thing is to do is to apply. It's no more than 3 total accidents and or moving violations in the last 3 years, no more than 2 total in the last year. There are some other things we look at, but those are the basics.
Mighty Mouse says, I worked for Prime 2. Mighty Mouse. I worked for Prime 2 years, got sick, now I live in South Florida, and want to come back. Will you take me?
As a rehire, you would need to contact your recruiter, and it'd have to get special approval by operations.
Even if they live in South Florida?
They can try. I'm
Okay.
not saying they get approved, but
Yeah.
if they're rehiring and like we're some outstanding driver, there's it doesn't hurt to ask.
What if an accident is not your fault, but it's still on the record?
You go ahead and list it. It asks for all accidents, whether they're your fault or not, on the application. We're just looking back 5 years for the online application. If it's not your fault, it's not going to be held against you. But if you say have multiple that show up, we may ask for police reports to show that it wasn't your fault.
The one with the
Right here on Facebook, he
Yeah,
said,
that one, Don Martin.
What happens if you already have a CDL permit from Illinois? Is that a problem? Actually, that's not a problem. That's perfect because Illinois is one of the only states we require you to come in with a permit if you're coming to our CDL program through Springfield, Missouri.
So
you're
real quick, so they come in with the permit, then they go back to Illinois and test, or they test here and then.
They take a test here, is my understanding, and they give the scores like they do for the West.
Oh, okay.
Right, Nikki? That's what I understand.
I thought
Well, you
that
don't
they,
know.
I thought that they went to Illinois and tested.
Did they?
We can double check on
Yeah,
that.
we'll have to.
Did you
double
just
check
say
on
that?
What?
Okay,
We don't know.
we'll get back to you guys.
I don't know, but I'll find out.
Yes.
So I wanted to touch on something. Did you just get an award for something?
Oh yeah.
Whoop, whoop. I forgot my confetti cannon.
And started out by saying when you started here and that you went through the program and go ahead.
So I just got awarded for million miles safe, accident-free driving.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was one of my goals when I first started here at Prime. When I came here and looked at the Millennium, I seen all the plaques that said million mile accident free, and I said to myself, one day I would like to be up there or get rewarded with that, and I have accomplished that. And I'm just talking about it, I'm getting chills because
There's
to me-
a lot of things that you go through out on the road.
Yes.
Like,
to me it's a big thing. Million miles accident free, 7
and
years.
how many people have you referred that are actively here? Didn't you reach that milestone too?
I don't know how many I have, Nikki. How many do I
I
have?
think around 109 approximately.
Woo!
109.
Current employees that
Ugh,
came through and
wow.
are still employed here.
I thank everybody that watches my videos that have put me down for a referral. Nikki, worked with her so much on a daily basis. Andrea, from time to time.
I
But
don't do
yeah.
as much. I just come here for support.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Everybody that's put me down.
And then when did you start with Prime?
I started in 11.
2011.
Yep.
And you came through our student training program, right?
I came through Prime student program.
Started the same year.
You did?
Yeah. So,
Okay, that's
but
good.
I have 0 safe driving miles.
Thank you, Fijian Princess, Matthew Moots. Yes, million miles, guys. It's a lot. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about that, but it does mean a lot to me. So thank you guys.
Kevin Hughes, can you see his full comment?
Kevin Hughes said make sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come clean to orientation.
Yeah, when you come in, guys, just make sure you got your P's and Q's on point. Don't come in.
Do not risk it. The saddest thing that happens.
What happens if you come in? That's a good
Yeah.
question. What happens if somebody comes in, fails a drug test at Prime? What does that?
Not
what happens?
only can we not hire you, but a lot of trucking companies won't touch you. They will not give you an opportunity if you failed out. So if you're even thinking that you may not pass, do not risk it. Wait it out. Get a different job in the meantime. Do what you have to make sure that you will pass the physical and drug test, because that's not you don't want to go through all that hassle. No one wants to ride a Greyhound twice.
Right.
So we want to hire you, and it's
And we want to
crazy.
hire the safest drivers
Yeah.
out there.
Every week we have people that we have to send home, and it's like, we don't want to do this. Watch these videos. Don't risk it. It's not worth it.
I think this is a good question. Big Daddy says, does Prime hire people with prosthetic legs?
That would be for you'd have to go through.
I think if you
doctor's
just
office.
Call us, we can get you over to the doctor's office.
We
and
have had
you
drivers,
medically
yeah,
pre-screened.
and he's not here anymore, but we've had drivers with missing limbs, and I think you have to get a DOT waiver, but we can walk you through that or who to contact if you just give us a call.
Daniel Chavez, what are you referring to? What if you rip the gate during TNT? What does that mean? Kevin Hughes. Also check your meds. If your meds make you drowsy, you may get disqualified. That's a good point. Yes. So
Better safe than sorry.
yeah, call and ask before you come in, because I've seen people get sent home because they're on pain medication. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Let's see. Abraham Garcia. Do I need to retake a DOT physical if I already have one when I got my permit here in California?
Yes, we do a DOT physical on everybody that comes through our orientations.
Wait, but you just said that they have to come in with their physical.
We pay for we pay for everyone to get a physical during our orientation process, but the state requires them to get one with their permit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
Unfortunately, we can't use it.
So as long as it's active, he can come in. Then Prime will do one.
Yeah,
but we
we
don't
pay for
require
it.
them to come in with a
Okay.
physical, but the state does.
The state of California requires you to have it for your permit
Yeah.
So-
So you'll have to do it again, but we cover the cost for physical here.
here in Prime. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It says, do you hire out of Seattle?
We do.
Yes, we do.
We have refrigerated flatbed, and then you can potentially do intermodal.
Okay. Let me see. Fijian's almost done with TNT. That's
Whoop,
good.
whoop.
Apply with clean everything coming from laboratory background. Had been off about 12 months. Got brushed off. So he had been working 12 months.
So
And-
that's one of those. Give me a call so I can look at your application and see if we can work with you. Like I said, sometimes we get a lot of applications and we may look over something. So, and there's a lot of glitches with if you're applying via phone, which is like 60 to 70% of people that apply to Prime. A lot of times employment will not capture correctly. We see this all the time, like every week.
So-
So give us a call.
Yeah, always
and
call about your
ask.
application.
If you don't hear nothing from Andrea or Nikki, call back 24 hours later. Hey, I'm just checking on my application.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's
Just
Joseph McCoy says, are drivers able to take their trucks home? Yes. As long as you can park it somewhere where it doesn't get towed, you're good. What if,
Okay.
because I believe if you get it towed, you're paying for the bill.
Right. You just talk to your fleet manager to make sure it's a safe spot. If you're like in the city, like if you live in like New York City or something, most people park at Pittston, right? And then like take the train in, I think.
I don't know. I don't
know,
know.
but
But maybe talk with your local supermarket. They'll allow you to park for a few days, say, hey man, hey,
Yeah.
you're good.
Just, and I'd say first contact is just talk to your fleet manager because they're comfortable with those areas.
Well, and they can
They'll
have
get
like
you set up
customers
with
or
somebody.
shippers. I think some of them will.
Yeah.
Let 'em leave the trucks there or no?
So what?
Will customers or shippers ever let you leave a truck there? Not usually.
No. Not in the
Right.
Northeast, no.
Yeah.
No, so.
Maybe in Florida.
Will an expunge or dismiss felony misdemeanor disqualify someone? That's a good question.
Not necessarily. I mean, really, we
What?
look at every file.
Expunged?
Well, it depends on we really need more information to tell.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not.
Okay.
It's one of those just call, ask.
Jeff B says, if I go to Prime's Training Academy, how long would I sit before my CDL license gets transferred to Florida? Well, you have 30 days from the day you get your CDL to transfer to Florida. And the trainers know that. So you will get home and get that license transferred no matter what. You have to, by law.
Yeah.
Hire 21-year-olds.
Yeah.
So yeah, minimum hiring age is 21 years old.
Daniel Chavez says, what happens if you break a gate during TNT? You get a drug test, hopefully you pass, and you get a preventable, put it on your record. So, John Weber says, I rent a spot from a trailer and park the truck at the house. Okay.
Perfect.
Anthony Forci on Facebook says, Nikki was my recruiter and she was great.
Oh, thank
yes.
you. Here's another good question. How long do you have to hold a license before you can apply to Prime? You have to have your U.S. license for 1 year before you can apply.
United States license.
Yep.
All right.
Puerto Rico is included in that. We get a lot of applicants that have just came over from Puerto Rico, especially since the storm that hit last year, and we gladly welcome you guys. Apply with us, and we can walk you through the steps.
So, people from Puerto Rico, they have to reside in the United States
They do.
before they can apply.
Yep.
You have to officially live here, but yeah,
Do they
not
have-
a certain time? There's no time frame as long as they've permanently moved
All right.
their address.
Yep.
Okay, and obviously they would have to transfer their Puerto Rican license to the
Yes.
state they live in.
But
Okay.
there's no like time requirement.
It says, Area says, how come you pay $150 for a bus ticket from San Diego and you won't pay $110 for a flight ticket from San Diego?
So we have a national account through Greyhound, so we can buy tickets on our end. for our drivers. If you want to buy your own light or rental car, we can reimburse you once you get your CDL. But we do not have, there's no national account that's as easy to use as Greyhound. With flying, there's a lot of variables, and it's a lot harder to lock that down. We are trying to work on a pilot program right now, and we have bought flights for, I think, 3 or 4 people. And it went smoothly. We're just trying to work out the kinks because we bring in so many people. We want to make sure that it's a good process. Greyhound can pick up people from anywhere. There's not airports everywhere like Greyhound's, their location.
So in her case, or his case, if they were to purchase the ticket for 110, will they get?
Yes.
We'll reimburse you 100% of that. If the bus ticket is $115, you're going to get the 110 back.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Once you get your CDL, you have to get your first paycheck.
And then Sam Stuckey on Facebook asked if a daughter and father can run team together. Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. That's good. Facebook, Greg Moore. How do I get more info sent to me on the Prime?
Send us a private message to our page, and I will send you all the information.
Willie Rock says, how long? What?
I stopped smoking weed 3 months ago.
I have long hair.
He's talking about a hair follicle testing. If you have any concern, like we said, don't risk it. Do not risk it.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about, what kind of urine or hair drug testing you do, you need to call recruiting and ask them for more information there.
NC Styles, when you fill out the application, you have to disclose everything that you have on your DMV record, because if not, it's going to be bad for you. Because if you come in and try to sneak things in, you're going to get sent home, man. Prime don't
try
play
to
that.
be dishonest.
Yeah, Prime don't play that. Because think about it, guys. A company like this is going to trust you with their trucks, and you're coming in already trying to be sneaky about things. They're not going to, no.
We don't play.
And then Rick on YouTube says he has 8 years of flatbed experience. Would he have to go with a trainer? It really depends on what experience you have. If it's been over the road, you'll come in and go right out on your own. If you've been doing local work, less than 5 states, you may have to do 15,000 miles with a team driver trainer.
Okay.
Cameron Derrickson on Facebook asked, do you say you get 115 back for what? We were talking on YouTube. There was a question: if somebody buys a flight coming in and it's less than the value of the bus ticket, will they get reimbursed? And we'll reimburse you if you get yourself to an orientation. We'll reimburse you the value of the bus ticket on your first paycheck.
So anybody that's coming to Prime, if the plane ticket is cheaper to come to Springfield, Missouri than the bus ticket, fly in here. Fly. That bus, I'm telling you that. You want to talk about some nightmares?
Hey, it gives you a great opportunity to study, though.
Somebody said, man, I think Prime was giving the bus rides on the Greyhound to see if it kind of a test. I'm like,
I've said
no.
that before. I've joked about that.
No, it's not a test.
If you can
It's-
survive Greyhound, you can survive anything. These people will do anything for us. But unfortunately,
right.
they're just the only national provider that picks up people from pretty much anywhere.
Tony says, I need your help with my app. Spoke to Barbara and recruiter recently. I just live south of West
Palm Beach.
Finish.
And we can't see your full comments on Facebook.
Advised
sorry.
due to his zip code that he could not be considered for employment. Is there any way to have me reconsidered? Unfortunately, if you're not, he lives south of West Palm Beach.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty strict. We don't hire south of there. We can't really make any exceptions unless you're a permanent team.
And we get a ton.
We
of
do. We just
people
don't have
from
the
that
freight
area.
down there to get you home. So we don't want to bring somebody in here and then not ever be able to get you home.
All right. NC Styles on YouTube says, do I have to go out with a driver in PSD or trainer, or can I attend the night school for 2 weeks? How does that work? Do they have an option to attend the night program as a student, or is that something that they randomly pick?
Right. They fill first with people that have their CDLs coming in. If you have your CDL but don't have recent experience, or you got it a long time ago, first they fill the night class with those people. And then if there's extra spots, then they'll fill them with PSD students. And there's not like a way to sign up for it or anything.
George Garcia, yes, it's mandatory 1 year.
And then somebody on YouTube says, if they have a friend that lives in Springfield, can they stay with them during orientation, or do you have to stay at the hotel? You can absolutely stay with your friend if you would like, but they are pretty strict on showing up on time. You know, I tell all my applicants that orientation is a job interview, so make sure you're showing up on time or early.
No, show up early. If you're on
Yes.
time, you're late.
So you can stay with your friend
And
if
the
you'd
campus
like.
is like a maze, so you definitely want to be there early.
Yes,
because
yes.
It's hard to navigate.
It's like, think about it, guys. It's you coming in applying for a job, you're not really an employee until you get your CDL at Prime.
Yes.
So
Daniel Chavez has a good question. He said, I'm almost done with TNT, about 4,000 left. Can request some winter training. Yes. You can either stay on your trainer's truck. I think they're doing higher guarantees right now if you want to do that. Or you can go through winter training. You can go through the winter training in the sim lab. They offer it, I think, anytime if you just walk over there and ask for it.
okay, what is that second thing you said?
They had it going on right. I don't know if it's still going on, but they were giving people guarantees if you went over your 30 or 40,000.
And that's
you
because
were
of the
still,
shortage of trucks.
yeah.
Right?
Since we don't have a ton of trucks right now, they were offering that. So you may ask your fleet manager if that's an option. If you just want to take the simulator winter training, you can just go over to campus and
Keith R. Jones, what was his question? And that's case by case.
Yeah, criminal convictions is all on a case-to-case basis. We do have minimum qualifications listed on our website, and we could also go over those with you. We just have a set standard or qualifications that we have to go off of. That's been brought to light by our legal department. So just apply, and we'll let you know if we can move forward.
She can look it up over here.
Oh,
She-
what's that?
Who is it? Courtney?
Oh, Courtney Williams. Hey, Courtney.
Andrea was the recruiter.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I think if we did ever hire from West Palm Beach, clearly we could have a power group because that's the only people that are watching right now.
Can we? I mean, will that ever be an option since you got so many people coming in?
They've
Maybe
talked
pick
about it,
up.
but there's not enough freight down there. So.
Well, maybe sales need to get the ball
Well, the
rolling
problem
down
is
there.
it's a production or it's a consumption state. It's known to be a consumption state. There's a lot of tourism. There's not a lot of production. So there's only
Right.
so much
not a
sales
lot
can
going
do.
out.
So
Yeah.
Fidget Princess says, so if you stay on your trainer's truck for the winter, do they pay you more than the guarantee, $700 a week?
That's what they've done in the past. Just ask your fleet manager.
But they did that.
If it's past the mark.
But they did that when there's shortage in trucks, not for the winter.
Yeah.
So
just ask. And it doesn't hurt to ask.
Andrea's direct line.
My direct line is 417-521-3818. You can also text me on my cell phone. I'm not at my desk a lot, so it's 417-576-1229. Don't call me. I get a ton of spam calls, but you can text me if you want.
You can call Nikki too. 417-521.
He's the one that wants his application reviewed.
Oh, okay. Really? You can still call Nikki. 417-521-3598, guys.
That's not my cell phone though.
No, that's office. Cell phone, I only.
I've given mine out too many times.
I'm the only one that has the cell phone for Nikki, so that's why I said, put Nikki down.
VIP.
Yes.
All right.
Can you?
As far as training in an automatic,
Really? We didn't even ask the question, and then she starts answering.
It's hot out here.
we're
almost
about
done.
80% or more of automatic in the prime fleet. From my understanding, all of the fleets are going automatic.
Right, yeah, we're going that way. Right now, we cannot guarantee a manual or auto for sure, but the likelihood of you being trained in an auto is very high.
Leo on YouTube says, "Hey guys, if you're a tanker regional, can you change the OTR later?" I would say yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you can. If you start
Well,
out
this
regional,
one's going red. I
if
think
you
for
start out
Facebook,
regional and you
is
want to
what
go
it says.
OTR later, definitely.
If you're on Facebook right now,
her-
our live is almost done. It only goes for an hour. So
Oh.
go to YouTube. What's your YouTube?
Junior
channel?
Honduras YouTube. Junior Honduras.
Just normal.
Junior Honduras.
All right, go to his YouTube. If you're not following him, follow him. He puts out awesome informational videos and videos from out on the road with the students, Q&As and meetups, and it's very helpful. That's why he brings so many people to Prime. So thank you for tuning in on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's about to automatically shut down on
Yeah.
us. But go to YouTube right now.
Get an Android.
It's not my phone, it's Facebook.
All right, so we're back on YouTube. Let me see. What's the lease options offered? What do you mean? What are you asking? They do offer a lease. It's a walk-away lease. You can walk away anytime you want. Yes, get an Android. She just said.
Or you can do the lease
I
purchase
am
where
thinking about
you
getting an Android phone.
purchase a truck.
Lease purchase a truck. You need $14K down. You have to successfully lease a truck for 3 months before you can do that.
And for every year that you lease with Prime, they take $1,000 off.
So, Mr. Chapstick says, how did the Volvo trucks end up working? Will Prime order more?
So we did a live Q&A last week on our Facebook page, on Prime's page. You can check that out. We plan to do more, but that was with Terry Johnson. I don't know if you saw that, but he was like over the moon. He usually is a huge talker, and he had nothing to say because he likes it so much. And he's told Robert that he has to get all Volvo. So right now they're going well, but we've only had them for a couple months.
Can you give your number again? Slow, not so
Slow.
fast.
My direct line is 417-521-3818. My cell phone, if you want to text me, don't call me.
No, if
Text
you have
me.
questions.
If you have
Yeah.
questions,
Yeah,
don't be
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
I'll block you. I've
Yes.
done that before.
Yeah.
417-576-1229.
Jennifer Robles is asking, how long do you stay on your trainer's truck before you go solo? The number that Prime is looking for is 30K, but sometimes 30K is not enough, so you can stay on there longer until you feel ready to be on your own, safe. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Is there any more in Reno, Nevada?
Not right now.
No.
But if you're from that area and interested, give John a call. I don't have his number, but you can call me or text me, and I can he can add you to a waiting list.
Alfonso Rosa says, thank you, Junior, for all the videos. You're the reason why I chose Prime. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you watching. What do you get paid while trainer's truck, cent per mile? If you're on a TNT truck, it's $700 a week, which equals to 14 cents a mile off of 5,000 miles. If you run over 5,000 miles, it'll be 14 cents per mile after that. But if you run under 5,000 miles, you still get the guarantee.
Yes.
So, guarantee. Now, let me rephrase, let me clear that up. The guarantee is before Uncle Sam gets his cut.
Uncle Sam, you. Worst relative ever. Hey, real quick, I wanted to talk about Driver Appreciation Week. We did load points. Did you get your points? You
Yeah.
get so much points. You don't care.
No. I
We
don't.
gave all of our drivers $50 in prime
A
reward
seats.
points for A seats, and then 30 if you're B1, B2, or C seats.
What's B1, B2? What does that mean? TNT? What?
Yeah,
TNT.
TNT.
What? Go ahead.
And then we have free meals. If anybody's a prime driver, it looks like some of you are on here right now. If you're in Salt Lake City, Pittston, or Springfield, or Laredo on Friday, all of them are doing free meals.
Why? Really? Friday? Man, why can't today be Friday?
Hey, I will buy you a meal.
Okay. All right.
Deal.
Easy on Uncle Jam's jokes.
Oh, Sam Stuckey did ask if father can TNT.
All right, let me see.
that one?
Let me go back.
Yeah, father can TNT with his daughter.
Can father be TNT for his daughter? Yes.
We have a lot of relatives that train each other, and we welcome it.
Yeah.
How long got to be with Prime to change companies? What do you mean?
Divisions probably is what they
Oh,
mean.
divisions?
I've never heard of a exact cutoff. You
Yeah.
know? I've always said if you're on good standing, you can just ask your fleet manager about transferring. They have to put in a division change. What you want to do is first make sure that you would qualify for the other division based on your hiring area.
Matthew Moots is asking, does the $700 a week come out of the TNT instructor pay if he's leaser company driver? Yeah.
I was looking at you, I'm like, yes, that's-
I had to. I don't know why I read it.
he's making so much money in referrals and he doesn't even.
Are you serious right now? Like, no.
So much. You're gonna buy me lunch.
Yeah, where are we doing like
Yeah.
that? Come on, is it sushi or what?
Sushi sounds good.
He hates sushi.
Can you apply with a permit? Somebody.
Oh,
You're way over that
yeah,
one.
yeah. Like, there's so many questions coming in to say,
Depends on where you're from. Call recruit.
Eric, what if you get robbed for the load of the truck or the truck?
Is that a wink face?
No, like sad, like.
Oh, sad. If you get robbed, we would need more information on that.
Yeah. Another question was your license. You do have to have your license for 1 full year before you can apply with us.
No questions asked. No ifs and or buts about it. Oh, one more question. What if you have a work permit? Can you come in with a work permit or a residence card, or do you have to be a U.S. citizen?
You do not have to be a U.S. citizen.
You do
a
not-
resident card, or if you have INS documentation. If you have any concern over what documents, we can double check and see what you have. But it's not a definite no.
Yep. Okay, good. Can I have firearms in the truck?
No.
A no. Prime
No
has
fi-
a no firearms policy.
Okay.
Because we cross so many state lines, and some states allow it and some states don't. So we don't want you to go to jail and abandon the truck. So
Do you have terminals near Tampa Bay, Florida? Auburndale Yard. It's not a terminal, it's a drop yard. You pick up loads, drop your truck, go home, all that good stuff.
Alfred Hinks up there, he's a prime driver.
Where?
I'll give you a call. He said, can you call me about it?
Okay. Manny Hernández, saqué mi permiso ayer, soy nuevo, 0 millas, ¿ustedes me darán trabajo? Sí. Con tal que usted tenga todo bien, llena la aplicación y ellos lo llaman. Ponga a Nikki como reclutadora y ella les va a llamar a usted.
Somebody asked how long does the background come? Did you answer that one?
No, I didn't even see that.
Oh, okay. Someone said, how long does it take for the background check to come back? It usually takes a matter of like 48 hours. In some states, it can take up to like 2 weeks, but most of them come back pretty instantly.
When they fill out the application?
Uh-huh.
How come I heard some people fill out the application online like 10 minutes later they're getting called like, hey, when do you want to come in?
Well, it just depends on the state.
It does depend, and it also depends on what the applicant put on the application. If they put 100%, I have no felonies, no misdemeanors.
Yeah.
You know, but if there's any concern of any criminal, we're going to wait till those reports are back.
All right, so how long will I be at the terminal? Yes, I am taking home time. That's why I'm at the terminal, because I'm going home. Does Prime have any recommendations on how team pay works when one person is the lease operator?
So the way it works is if one person is the lease op and one is a company driver, the lease operator gets all the money to the truck, and then they pay the company driver whatever amount they agree on together. So the base rate is 14 cents per mile that you have to pay them. And then if you want to do anything about that, then you just agree on that and talk to your fleet manager and payroll person, and they can put it in there.
Good quit.
72% of the line haul in refrigerator flatbed and 71 tanker.
The work history requirements. To qualify for Prime, you do have to have stable work history for the past 3 years. That could include military. It could include college, high school. As long as you've been doing something, it is a 1-year agreement to drive for Prime with most people in the PSD program. So we don't want to set you up for failure, requiring you to sign a 1-year agreement if you haven't been able to hold down steady employment. So we're just looking for the most stable applicants.
All right. Marley's Day with Mari. What happens if you're on the truck and you and your trainer aren't getting along? How do you get off your truck without any backlash? Well, first of all, what I tell my students or anybody that comes in, talk to the trainer. You're both adults. If the trainer's still not changing or the things aren't getting better, talk to the dispatch and then go from there.
Yeah, and we don't, if you ever feel in an unsafe, situation, if it's a safety concern, get off the truck immediately. Call security. Can't get a hold of them, call 911.
What's security's number? Do you know it?
417-521-3911.
If you notice, every number here at Prime is 417-521.
Something, yeah. So
Yes.
3911. But if you have a safety concern, we want you off that truck immediately. If it's something that you're not getting along, you said, talk it out. If you can't get a hold of your fleet manager right away, you can call your recruiter. We can connect you. We don't want you to be in a situation that makes you feel uncomfortable.
All right, it says
and you won't get backlash.
Right.
But just be responsible. Don't be like, screw you. I'm getting off your truck and
What if you was homeless and in a new state? Will that hold me back from getting my CDL there?
It just depends on your overall application. So go ahead and apply, and then give us a call so we can discuss your situation.
What's the pet policy?
You can have a raccoon, a cat, a dog,
A raccoon?
bird. I've seriously seen a raccoon.
Really?
Yeah.
A raccoon?
I'm not even sure that's legal, but I mean, like in a state. I saw it here, and I had to take a double take. But we allow pets if you're a company driver. There's a pet deposit, and there's a weight limit. If you're a lease driver, there's no pet deposit, no weight limit.
There's a weight limit.
Yeah, for company drivers, they typically don't want to be over 40 pounds, but you can get special approval.
Do you check the weights?
Well,
Yeah, we have a little pet scale that they step on when they
Really? No.
We should though.
It's all on a case-to-case
Okay.
basis.
Like Biggest Loser, come on down. They like pop through. I've lost 10 pounds. Like, too much, too far. It's hot out here.
Yeah, you can take your rabbit as a pet. Yes.
Yes.
A boa.
Goat?
Yes.
Someone
Boa?
says they've seen a goat on a truck.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That is
One
awesome.
time somebody lost their snake in the truck,
I
and
have
when they
heard
were
that.
detailing it, they found it.
Oh
I
wow.
would poop my pants.
No, they said they've seen a goat on a truck.
I know, but that's to say, it's still crazy. Can you imagine driving down the road and you see
Get your permit, medical card, and it will be very easy to get a job. Well, that all depends where you're living at, what state you reside in, because most of the states don't require a medical card or your permit to come in. But because Prime or state of Missouri will not accept out-of-state permits, correct?
Prime will make retests.
Yes.
Prime process.
If I already have my Class A permit, can Prime test me? test you. You probably get an eval depending
It all
on
depends on like
when you got it.
yeah, when you got it and what state that you live in.
Someone said, "Can you have a bird as a pet?" Yes,
I've seen that.
birds,
Yeah, parrots.
I don't know why you'd want to drive down. Like, I'm not a bird person, clearly.
Can you get a CDL license and still stay home every night? I live in Salt Lake City. Well,
I don't know of anything in Salt Lake City that's home every night.
If you want to work
Florida?
in house, we are hiring for lots of positions out of our
Yeah.
Salt Lake City terminal, and we would love to talk about that.
really?
Yeah, we have a lot of non-driving. Our shop is, expanded, so
I don't see why you wouldn't live in Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City's
it's
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah.
Florida's the best place in the United
Okay,
States.
you know what? Missouri. Let's just all agree that Missouri is not the best.
All right, let me see. All right, well, we're at an hour, guys.
Nikki, you seen my new
Um,
pet? For sure. Listen.
How long does it take to get your CDL with Prime? It takes about a month to get your CDL in the process.
Well, I'd say it all depends on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on you. They give them 4 weeks to train a student, but if you're done in 2 weeks, then come back, test out, boom, get it. NBA, never broke again. As long as you have your CDL in good standards, you'll never be broke again. Trust me. Facts. If a husband and wife have no experience but want a team drive, how does the process work? Train together?
Unfortunately, and fortunately, we don't
Yeah.
pair up more than we do one-on-one training, trainer, student. So we couldn't have both of you guys on a trainer's truck. So you guys would do training separately, but once you guys are eligible to drive as a solo driver, you guys could choose to team up at that time.
And we have a lot of people that do that, and I've heard it works. It is hard to be away from each other, but it can be stressful if you are training together.
One more question to that. If they come in as a couple and they're trained separately, obviously, and one gets done first and is ready to upgrade, how long do they have to wait, or how long can they wait for the partner before they can say, hey, you have to get a truck, or is there a limit, or
I've never heard of any
you know what I'm
you
saying?
gotta
Like,
get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Typically they try to keep them on the same timeline and put them under the same fleet manager, so that
Okay.
way they're working. I mean, they can kind of talk to each other and say, hey, I'm close to upgrading. When are you upgrading? How many more miles do you have? And then come in together.
And I'll also add that for your wife, if she's uncomfortable, doesn't want to be out there by herself, we have tons of female drivers. So we could always get her with a female trainer. As long as she calls us, lets us know right off the bat she wants a female trainer, we'll do our best to make that happen for her.
all right. So David Peters says, how long will you be gone from home when you come to Prime and go and get your CDL and then go out with a trainer? Well, I tell people, we said this earlier, 6 to 8 weeks. So,
Yeah, it just really depends on your trainer. Like Junior's, dropping his student off here because he's going to take a week of home time.
no, he's coming home too.
Oh, he's going
Yeah,
home?
yeah. We Florida boys.
Okay, Florida boys. So, if you have a trainer that lives near you and the trainer's going home, you may get home a little sooner than the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But
We got a load going through the house, spent 2 days home, came back out. Then a couple weeks later, we got a home to switch out his CDL because he finally got his hard copy. And it takes about 2 weeks for Prime to get the hard copies in. You come through Prime, then you got to go back to your home state and switch it out. Remember, you have 30 days by law. So let me see. We're going to take a few more questions because this is about an hour.
And Kevin, yes, I did see your new pet. He or she is adorable.
Is it a dog?
It is. Yeah, it's super cute.
Fijian Princess said, I've been gone for 3 months and finally just now taking home time. I left school June 3rd, came home September 5th.
Yes,
Wow.
that's Wendy.
Wendy, yes,
Yes.
yes. Any routes close to Mobile, Alabama area?
Nothing local.
It would all be over the road or,
Yeah, or flatbed.
flatbed regional.
Yep.
Leo says, what if you fail your road test 3 times?
The road test, you would be sent home, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they make an
It
exception.
depends.
right?
Yes, they make an exception. As long as you're showing effort and trying, they're going to allow you to take it one more time or, whatnot. Depends. It's case by case. But the law is, 3 times, so.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, you can take more than 3 tries. It all depends on how they see you doing, how you're doing and whatnot. Junior, while you're on home time, is it weird to drive a car because you're used to driving a big? Yeah, sometimes.
Do you feel like you're going really fast or you're going like
No, I feel-
70?
Sometimes I feel like I'm not going fast enough. Like, it's like the speed is like 100. Whoa.
Yeah.
Junior, 72% of the load. My question is, what is the average and lowest paying load? Sean, I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna elaborate on that question. I don't know, man.
Okay, Alfred Hicks just said that we should come to Maine. He said, when are you coming to Maine for lobster?
Yeah.
I think we should go up to Maine for sure. Hey, there's my sister.
Hey,
Amanda!
But yeah, I would go
Andrea's
to Maine.
sister works in house. What does she do? What is?
Come
Come
on,
here.
Dad.
Come here.
Come in the hot seat. I gotta go to a meeting.
Nope.
Rude. She has to be.
All right,
my
guys.
sister works in payroll.
Oh,
If you have any questions, she's the person I always send to.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
we
she's
tried
like,
it. All right, guys. We're gonna end this because she's got to go to a meeting. I don't know. She's got to go. I gotta
go answer all these calls.
Yeah, I got my first text message.
All right, so we're gonna end this, guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. We try to answer as many questions as we could. I'm gonna leave the live chat up so you guys can read the questions and the answers and whatnot. I usually don't leave the live chat up. I take it out, but I'm gonna leave this one up. So, thank you guys for everything. All my referrals, thank you very much. I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you guys enough. And everybody that watches my videos, I try my best.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
Bye.
Nikki, Andrea, we're
See ya.
out.
Bye.
Bye.